up, you guys? It is Mary.
And Alma.
We invite you guys to like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below. Today, you guys, we are talking about a hot topic, a viral topic that has gone crazy. Derrick Jaxn has divorced his wife. After she done put on her bonnet or helmet of salvation and she went to war for that man.
I know.
He just ran to be caught at Art Basel with a hot new young thing or girlfriend or whatever.
I think it's the same girlfriend. I
don't think so. I think it's a
maybe
new
it's
one.
a new. Oh my
I think
goodness.
it's a new one. And apparently he was caught at Art Basel in Miami, and Tasha K had linked, leaked the video, the photos or whatever, which we're going to put all that content here.
And for those of you who don't know Derrick Jaxn, he is this, we call him a relationship guru.
Yes.
I actually stumbled on him about, I think maybe a couple of years ago. And I even showed you some of the videos that he made. You weren't as interested. But I used to listen to him. I listened to him for a good month. I do believe.
Yeah.
And I was watching all his other back videos, and I was like, oh wow, okay, so this is how men think. But there was one time I was watching him, and usually when he does a video, he'll have something on like at the bottom. So I was always watching like the bottom of whatever video that he was watching. But one time I just took some time, I remember I was just watching his eyes, and it was something about his eyes that just did not sit right with my spirit. And I stopped watching. I was just like, there's just something about him. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. And I was like, I don't know. I think I'd even sent him, in that month that I listened to him, I had even sent him, I think like a little message. I had sent a little message about something. Anyway, he never responded to me, but he has millions of followers. I know he goes to like places in Atlanta where he meets people.
Yes, yeah.
I just saw yesterday that he actually wrote a book. Either he wrote the book or the wife wrote the book.
I think they wrote a book together.
Okay, so yeah, but it was just something about him that didn't quite sit with my spirit, and so I just stopped watching him. And then the next time I saw him,
he was in a cheating scandal, wasn't he?
No. He was talking to some radio personnel, and there was a lady who was there, and they were talking. And then I did a little research and found out that he had a girlfriend. Well, he had been with the woman was now his wife, but he had been with her for a long time. And I kind of thought, maybe that was the thing that maybe I didn't really jive with him. Because he had been with her for a very long time before he married her.
We always have
to me is always a red flag.
It's always a red flag whenever we see a man has been with a woman for a long time.
Yes,
like anything over 2 years, it's too long.
Yeah, I think it's just too long.
It doesn't take a man that long to know that he wants to marry you. And even if you're high school sweethearts, then we can give a little grace.
Yeah.
But even high school sweethearts, it doesn't take you 10 years to marry a person.
And then he wasn't like as popular then, so I was just wondering, like, why did it take so long? And it seemed as though he had, like, recently married her. So I was just like, maybe did he marry her because he was going to get onto this relationship venture?
Like what Tommy did with Ready to Love?
Oh, yeah. The one who had been with his wife for 20-something years as a girlfriend or something. And then
he finally
married her.
When he had this show.
Yeah, when he was about to host the show. So I was just like, so that bothered me. And then not too long after that, this man was there. You, Derrick Jaxn, you have your hand like that. You're comfortable. The wife, her hand is all weirdly like this. Got, I don't know, like
bonnet.
a winter cap on her head. And, is there speaking
and he's
on
like
his
this
behalf.
trying to talk, but hold
but
stay here.
Weird.
But he
like
was talking.
The way he had her hand all uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Ow, in fact, my hand is hurting.
But no, the thing is, when she was like this, right? He's talking.
Yeah.
And he's like having to go forward like this. So imagine she's like this the whole time. And she's like,
care about her feeling and
or
looking
her
uncomfortable.
Like while he kept his hands to himself.
This winter cap, like he was looking all straight, and she just looked a hot mess. While it was as if he had just told her he was cheating, and she's crying and everything, and then he says, "Come, honey, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. It doesn't matter how you look. Let them see how discombobulated you are. Come." And I was just like...
And then she kept on with that winter cap for several other videos that she made.
The recent one was when she talked about, you see a bonnet, I see a helmet of salvation, and she pulls it down to the side.
And then it bounces back.
To be a bonnet. And then where you see military thing, I see a breastplate of, I don't know,
armor. And then she was there. Like, she came out with this weird video about how she's going to war, and I'm covered in the blood of Jesus and all this stuff. Listen, boo, the war did not include you. The war that you were going through included you and God trying to tell you and send you signs that I did not send this man for you.
I know.
Stop praying for him and stop being there for him. He's not for you. You needed to be listening to God while you're here trying to pray to him for a man that's not ordained for you.
And I know how that feels.
He has a war in himself with Satan.
He
needs to deal with that.
Yes.
And he's not really at a war because he actually doesn't give a fuck.
That's
the thing. He doesn't actually care. He doesn't care. So he doesn't actually see his wrong. So when somebody doesn't feel like they're really wrong for real and they don't really care about your feelings, haven't even gone to war. They're literally sitting down there in their sin comfortably.
Yeah.
So he hasn't gone to war, but you have gone to war.
And
like
I can only imagine, because it seems as though there was a child in the background when she was talking.
Yes.
And I can just imagine Derrick in the bathroom somewhere,
laughing his ass off, talking about
cackling and hitting his leg,
like so crazy. Like I can imagine him laughing in the bathroom,
laughing at
talking
her
about
every time she has these prayer sessions.
Yes,
he is laughing like a demon, like a straight up demon.
Yes,
but you know something?
Because he even had recorded a video when he was trying to give relationship advice. He was actually sitting in front of his mistress's house, and the mistress had pointed out to him and exposed him. Yes. He said, "You just left my house and you're making this video."
This was after that thing where he held her all weirdly.
Yes.
That was after that, because I remember it wasn't about 4 or 5 months ago. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. He came out with a video in his car, because he does a lot of videos in his car.
Well, he don't do that no more. I see he got himself an office.
Oh, I see. But
in his recent videos.
He was doing a lot of videos in his car, and there was this one time when the mistress, putting a comment saying, that's my building at the back. He had just left me before he did this video, and she was cackling, But you know something? This is what I have to say to Derrick Jaxn and monsters like him, because this is a monster. Like, I cannot even imagine what our wife is going through. You keep on messing. There is something for you, some serious hell on earth coming your way. Let's just relax and sit back, because this is a praying woman. She's a praying woman, as sometimes delusional as she can be, because you praying for someone like that, it is delusional. I've been there before, praying.
It took you years to realize that God was telling you not to pray for her.
And I got to a place, I had a dream that was so clear about this person, even still trying to attack me in the dream. And it was in the dream that I conquered and realized I need to just separate from this person, even emotionally, even spiritually. And since that day, I stopped praying. I was praying for this man all the time.
But even after you were divorced,
even when we were not together, I was still praying. And God just showed me very clearly to stop praying for him. And it was hard, but I had to be obedient. And so this is the question that I have to ask for the wife. When you were doing all of this stuff, at some point you got to go back and look at your own self. Like, is it your ego that's pushing you to do this? Like, you feel like you can save someone? It's like Mary in Sister Wives, thinking she can save Cody. She can be his salvation in heaven. She will still be one of his wives. When this man has divorced you already in his mind, mentally, emotionally, everything, but you still feel that you can save him. At some point, we get to that place of ego. Yeah. As women who pray, we start getting to ego. We start feeling like we can take that space that's not for us to take. You can't pray someone into being good.
Yeah, you know,
You
that's
can't.
them.
You can't praise someone who is into demonic behavior. You know, who's not even trying to overcome the flesh. You can't make a difference in their life. Only God can make a difference in their life, and you can't stand in that space.
Yeah.
You cannot, because you will get chastised, and that's what has happened to you. You know, will you hear God in all of your rants and your cursing of the public who really they're giving you advice, maybe not in the best way,
Yeah.
but that's what they're doing. They're trying to tell you, hey sis, wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do, and you're lashing out curses at them,
Which I thought
you
was
know.
very odd.
But
She came
will
out with
you
a video.
listen? You were not listening to God. You
Yeah.
weren't. Will you listen to God when he tells you to turn away from Derrick? You weren't. You were listening
Yeah.
to yourself. I don't know where you were finding that in your book, but you were listening to yourself. You can't take God's place in his life.
Yeah.
And you can't have he can't have a spiritual awakening with you.
No.
He cannot. Especially when he's not interested.
Yeah.
This man did not care. And what hurts me more than anything is that you took him back. You forgave him. And the only reason why he came back was to get his finances straight and get all his ducks in the row. So that whenever he was caught again, like Tasha K caught him, he was going to just come out and talk about, we is divorced. And you have the nerve to ask for privacy, yet your tail go and post it. You're asking for privacy, yet you posted on the internet about your divorce.
Well, also you're out.
What privacy is
but
that?
you're out in public with your girlfriend.
Exactly.
So what are you talking about?
Now you want privacy?
And then the girlfriend's out there shading her on TikTok, talking about how you mad that he chose me.
Honey,
Girl,
that
you
man
are
has
the
not
flavor
chosen
of
you.
the week. You
You're
are the
just another
flavor
one.
of the month, and he will cheat on you. If you think this man left his wife for you, do you think he left his wife that he had cheated on, I'm sure, over 10 times
I'm sure.
with several different women, and you're just a girlfriend?
It's
A man who
about-
can't be loyal to his wife and the mother of his kids? What do you think he's going to be
Don't
to you?
care. He
To
doesn't
some chick
care.
that he just went to Art Basel with. Like, all up in Miami. Like, and I feel like he really, you know what, this is my theory. I feel like
He was
the
ready to
woman
go.
was completely blindsided. He came back the second time to get his shit together.
That's what he did.
But I feel
That's
like
exactly
he
what
had
he did.
always had divorce in his mind.
Mhm.
Like, he was already there to get ready to get
He
divorced.
was.
And then also, I just feel like him
Kinda what
springing it
Michael
on
Jordan
her,
did.
I
Came
think
back and stayed until the kids were almost 18.
I think the wife actually did not know at all, because up like a month ago she had posted some course about
Yes,
a course
I
for
forgot
married
about
couples.
that.
I
Yes.
think when he knew these pictures were going to come out, he said, "Look, we need a separation. We need not to be together." And then he decides to post, "Oh, we're actually getting divorced." I'm sure the wife is sitting down here on her phone like, "What? We're divorced?" Probably trying to call
Maybe
him
she
like,
found
"What do
out
you
the
mean
way
we're
we all-
divorced?"
Yes.
She probably found out the same way we all found out, and he knows who she is. So he probably would have gaslit her into not saying anything. So she probably won't come out and say anything until when she decides to get some sense in her head and tell us what really happened.
I know.
Or probably
That'll
go to
take
God.
a while. That'll take a minute.
That'll take a while, but I think he has completely blindsided her. I don't think
Yes.
she knew a divorce was coming, and I don't think they've been separated from her. I think they've been separated for 2 weeks, and that was it.
From her side, the way he was talking is as if they've been separated for a while.
Let me just read it to y'all, because I know
Because that's how
y'all just saw the picture,
That's
but
how it seemed to me. The way he wrote it, I felt like, but I don't think that they're on her part. She didn't know that they were separated.
this is what he says. Over the past several months, my family and I have gone through many changes. Some of you have speculated, while others of you have reached out to offer support. As we privately establish this new normal for ourselves and our beautiful children, earlier this year, after much prayer, counseling, and deep consideration, we decided to go our separate ways and filed for divorce. Making the decision to file was one of the hardest decisions of my life. Meaning he filed, but
And he wants us to know
yes,
that he filed,
Not her.
not her.
yes.
Mm.
But I found peace knowing that our mission of raising healthy children, starting with healthy and whole parents, is still being accomplished. From falling in love as just teenagers to becoming spouses and now co-parents, I'm grateful for the years we spent together and wouldn't trade them for anything. I was blessed to have such an amazing person in my life and will forever be thankful for all she's meant to our family. We ask that if you pray, to please pray.
All right. You resurrected his career. You helped him stay on course with his career. You helped him to continue to have the money coming in. You helped him to come, step on your neck again, and get his shit together. So, of course, he is grateful as he tells you adios.
We ask that if you pray, to please pray for us.
Not you.
We ask
not you, Derrick. Not you. Not you at all.
As we navigate this grieving process, if not, please respect our privacy.
Process, you mean she
so
will be grieving.
You want them to
you
pray
are not grieving. He is over there already at some festival in Miami.
No,
what grieving is he doing?
I think he posted this 18 hours ago. And the thing is, he didn't say pray for my wife. He said pray for us. Meaning, if you can't pray for us collectively, don't bother praying. So don't even pray for her who's grieving. Nobody's praying for you. You are a sinning cheater. You are an adulterer and you are a philanderer. And you will be in a very hot place soon enough if you continue.
No, he's going to have his hell on earth for all of us to see.
Yes, and then he probably will, anyway.
For all of us to see.
We all see
that's
how sad. We all see what happened with the Kevin Samuels, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
You have your hell on earth for us to see.
Because you're sitting down here lying to women, telling women how they should be. You're here. It's like preachers when they have been out here living foul and all this stuff. It's like that guy Dwayne Dankins. What's his name? Who was out here talking down on gay people, but he's there having sex with a man on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just like that reverend who was putting gay people down and then had sex with somebody, a man, on OnlyFans. And then he was talking about the gays.
There's so many.
And you're doing this like you're here trying to convince or tell women what they should be doing.
But you're getting a divorce.
But you're here getting a divorce. You're here cheating on your wife. You're not being an upstanding man. You're not here being loyal to your wife. But you want to talk to women about men. Yeah. So you're here also bamboozling women.
Absolutely.
But also, I don't think you should be listening to anybody online. I feel like you should just listen to your gut. I feel like as women innately, we know when a man ain't shit and when he's not for us.
Yes.
I feel like we know that, but we have to actually be able to listen to it and to adhere to it.
Yes.
We don't need no man to tell us what men want and what they need to do. When a man loves you and he wants you, it don't matter what the fuck you do. If he wants you, he is going to be there for you. And he will love you unconditionally.
Exactly.
So I mean, there's so many examples.
More so of we need
to focus and pour into ourselves.
Listen to other people, listen to other women about relationships.
Not men. I'm sick and tired of men telling us how we should be for men.
About relationships.
I don't need to be nothing for no man. A man who God has ordained for me. And the thing is, you don't want to be with every man. You don't want to be available or be accessible to every man. Because the thing is, you want your divine counterpart.
Exactly.
So it really doesn't matter what men say men want.
Exactly.
If it's your person, he's going to want something different. And you probably will be it for them.
Exactly.
It's just like Harry and Meghan. Typically they say that, Caucasian men don't date like biracial women. Look at Harry. He's dating Meghan. Exactly. So it really doesn't matter. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? What it is. When it's your person, it's your divine counterpart, then it will all come together. I mean, Sierra and Russell, this woman had a whole child with a whole player who was out here.
Total player.
Like community weenie out here. You know what I'm saying? But he married her because he loved her. He had always wanted to be with her.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And he took that child on. He's there paying for colleges for all of his other kids.
Exactly.
And he's there being a provider for them as well. And he took that child on like his own.
Exactly.
When somebody is meant for you and you're in the right place at the right time, it wouldn't matter.
Exactly.
So as far as I'm concerned, women don't need to listen to men about shit.
No.
Men can't advise women.
No.
Go advise other men how to be real men. Go do that.
That's what he should
Stay out
doing.
of women business.
Yes.
For all those men like coaches who try to give advice, even Shawnee's husband, that pastor who trying to tell her about how she needs to be telling all her belly wood and what she went through, he is a dust ball as well. We need to actually be listening to ourselves because as women, we know what we need and we know when somebody's not right for us. We don't need to listen to no dust ball on TV who probably cheated. Men, life coaches trying to advise women, go away. We don't need your advice.
Or like Steve Harvey's book, Think Like
a Man, Act Like a Woman. I don't want to
think like a man.
I don't even think like a man.
I don't want to think like a man.
No.
I am a woman.
I'm a woman.
I don't think like a man.
And that's enough.
Why do I need to think like a man? I don't go ask the men to think like me. Why do I have to think like a man to be with a man? You see? You see?
They stay putting women
And then
down.
3 months rule. Okay, he might wait for 3 months. Hell, I know someone who waited until he got married and then dumped her after
He got her pregnant.
Yes, after he had the baby, after she got pregnant,
he left
gave him her virginity, and then he was gone. Why? Because she is set for him to wait. At the end of the day, like you said, if someone is your divine counterpart, that person, you are going to be it for them.
Yes, and the thing
You'll
is,
be
the
it for
only
them.
way you really find your divine counterpart is when you focus on yourself, you love yourself, and you
Get
heal
yourself
yourself.
together. Yes.
And most of the time, when you're not looking for love, that's when it comes to you. When you are completely drenched in who you are and loving yourself and being there for yourself and dating yourself, that's when your person comes and just bumps into you. You're just like, oh, I wasn't expecting this, but this is quite lovely.
And this
Stop looking for men. Stop it. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. It's wonderful. I'm basking in it currently.
Yes.
You know, so it's foolishness.
And this,
Talking to listening to some degenerate who's there cheating on his wife while she there putting on the helmet of salvation and trying to. She got her all discombobulated, fucked up.
He did.
Like
she was out there
looking crazy. You see a camouflage sweater. I'm wearing a breastplate.
Oh,
you see a bonnet. I'm seeing a helmet of salvation.
I know.
She was losing her mind.
Gossip, I come from the gospel, and honey, you weren't listening.
The man needed God.
You honestly were not listening to God. You couldn't see how God was moving, trying to protect you, even in this moment. Even though this seems crazy, and it is hurtful the way this asswipe has done this. Even now, God is trying to protect you.
Get through to you, honey.
And I am really hoping and praying that you will listen. You will stop what you're doing and listen. Just give your burden. It's like that poem when the guy says, you know, I only saw one footprint, but that was a time that Jesus was carrying him, right? And so that's where you need to be. Don't try to walk alongside God. You're not worthy to do that. None of us are.
Yeah.
Okay? You need to let God carry you through this.
That's what
you need. And that's what he wants to do. That's what he was trying to do before. But you took the monster back.
Decided to hold his hand while you sat there as he was trying to talk to you, and he was
dislocates my shoulder. You know I have arthritis. I mean, but
like you sat there while this man talked this busabata. When he went there, I'm sure he was cheating on her again. This man has had divorce on his mind.
Never stopped cheating at all.
His man had divorce on his mind while he sat there trying to talk to us about how he has been a philandering adulterer and all this stuff. He was thinking about leaving you. And look, 6 or 8 months later, talking about earlier this year, you guys talk about separation. I bet all that is a mother effing lie.
Yeah.
A lie.
And the thing is, you know, you saying that how we had to be whole for the children, we're whole parents.
You need to be whole.
You're not whole.
You're not.
Your wife is not whole.
No,
she's not whole.
No,
being out here just looking a mess.
I'm sure you have shattered her.
He has obliterated this woman's world on every level.
She was married, but her husband had a girlfriend.
You know, and I think that she's so clueless. You know, this woman had come, she had lost weight, she was looking healthy. Yeah. You know, she was so sure that he was doing right by her. She was so sure that he was on the right path. She was so sure that her prayers had been answered. I just hope that you don't lose faith, because sometimes when stuff like this happens, you go and you say, God, how come you did not help me, and why is this happening again?
The thing is, you wanted me to answer something that I never gave you. You wanted me to solve something that I never gave you. It was from Satan. I didn't give you this man. Yeah. So what did you want me to do?
It wasn't an answer that God gave you. You ran with it. And sometimes when we are like spiritual and we pray a lot and stuff like that, sometimes our ego comes. Yeah. You know, our ego comes into play. And we start hearing things that God's not giving us. We start thinking this is the answer when it's not.
But the thing is also, sometimes as women, I think it's very important that as women we need to know that anybody that we are with, if it's not somebody that you're proud to announce that this is who I'm with, if it's not somebody that brings you unconditional peace, if it's not somebody who you know in your spirit and in your gut that they love you, it's not the right person. You shouldn't have to sit down and think and try to. If you're having to sit down and think and convince yourself of this person, he ain't it. Yeah. Because when it's love, you just know and you just have that instinctual feeling like this is the right person for me. Yeah. And you don't look over red flags. If you're looking over like red flags and you're seeing things that aren't right and you're trying to twist this person into this mold and trying to fix it and turn it and twist it and make it work, then it's not.
She seemed so like
she was trying to fix it. Like just stay in this can, just get in it, and he's trying to burst out and be a spawn of Satan
out of this marriage. Yes,
like he wasn't trying to be in your little godly can of life. Like he wasn't trying to build with you, honey.
No, I wish he had just been honest with her.
Men, but Mom, you say this all the time. Men will never break up with you. They never will. They'll do every single thing to make you break up with them. Yes. Except for actually say, I don't want you no more. Yeah. Please get out of my life. And they won't say that.
Going to that festival was his way of breaking out. Like, well, maybe if she sees me with this woman out here, which obviously was shown, and maybe she found out, and then he's like, okay, where's that divorce stuff that I've been planning all this time? Okay,
let me call her. Listen,
let me put out my little post that I've already written. I bet that whole post that he has, that man had written it probably months ahead of time. Of course. He had already gotten the divorce lined up. He had already talked to the attorney. The attorney already had a copy of the divorce. All he has to do is say, it's a go right now. That's it. That's all he had to do. He
probably put paper on the table, probably told her, look, we're getting divorced. Here's the divorce papers. Yes, I know you're crying. But I don't want this no more. Probably put it out there real coldly and told her to sign it. She probably signed it too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
If they're even divorced, because he could be lying. I don't trust that philandering adulterer.
Yeah, it is very, very sad.
And then you have a girlfriend who's out here just trying to come for your wife.
I know.
Y'all are both going to hell in a handbasket.
You won.
On earth, too.
You won. Miss Mistress, you won. Why do you have to rub that poop in her face?
And also, she didn't win anything.
Even necessary.
She didn't win anything. Like, Derrick Jaxn is not a prize. No, why? Because he's tall, dark, and buff. Like, he's not a prize. He is community weenie. I don't know. I don't think he's... Anyway, whatever. He's not even cute. He is community weenie, and he's probably bringing community diseases to his wife. And he'll be bringing it to you, too, honey. You see how she was out there looking crazy, cursing people, and was there with a bonnet of hat salvation? Yes. Yeah, if you want that for your life, if that's a prize,
there you go.
There you go. There's your applause.
That's all I can say.
Crazy. Crazy as hell.
Hot mess. I just feel bad that she took him back. Because she gave him an opportunity to get his shit together.
Well, at least now I feel like she knows for sure that he ain't about nothing.
I understand that you're free. I hope you don't give him a third chance.
Mom, the man has filed for divorce.
Oh, that's right. He did file for divorce. Okay, that's good.
He has given her no way to come back.
It is honestly your blessing.
He used her to rebuild his career and get it back on. Because I was shocked this man had 1.3 million followers on Instagram. And he was still talking about...
relationships.
Yes, but I did notice that on his Instagram, he did not have the whole thing about him being married. I don't know. Did he remove this recently? Because he had because I remember when the cheating scandal came out on his Instagram, because that's the last time I was on it. He had the book that him and his wife wrote, and then he said husband to Dania or whatever, and then he had pictures of her all over the place and everything. Now it says author speaker, I help people restore the broken relationships within themselves.
This fool. So now...
And he no longer is taking videos in the car. He now got an office.
Oh, I see.
So nobody can say that he's at the... Look at this.
You know now what he's going to talk about? You know now what he's going to say? He's going to say, it was very hard, because he also put that on his post, how this was the hardest thing he's had to do. Is filed for divorce.
Look at him using this picture like he holding her up. You didn't hold her up throughout that whole damn marriage.
I know, but
and now you want to post some picture. I mean, but also look at how
happy.
Uncomfortable it is. Like he's there cupping her breast all here and lifting it. Like
even in lifting her up, he has to make her uncomfortable.
I know.
While she grins, and even the way he looks at her, it's just a dead look.
Dead look.
This man is not in love with this woman.
He never loved her.
Ever was in love. If he was in love with her as a teenager,
he probably saw her as a woman that could could help him
was going
build
places,
his career,
was going places,
and stuff like that. It's like she saw
and
that,
latched on to her.
saw that she was a good girl. Okay, she can maybe raise my kids or whatever, stuff like that, and she'll be foolish enough to stay there while I'm cheating.
She'll be merciful.
She'll be forgiving to me.
Right. So she might not be the kind of person who is going to take you for everything for your child support.
Yes.
And stuff like that.
It's just like that preacher's wife who, when that man was caught cheating or whatever, she took the mic from him and she's talking about how we will seek refuge.
Yes. Is that his name, y'all?
I think so. He said talking about we will seek refuge in Jesus, and she was there stumping her foot and all this stuff.
Going off at the woman.
I know, talking about she acting as if like the woman was devil himself. Was the devil himself. God talks about the devil that's within all of us. We all have to fight it. Yes. It's not out there. No. Like most of the time, it's within ourselves. Like when the devil is coming for you, he usually tries to come for you for the flesh, things that you really want, like your lower desires. Yes. He tries to feed off of that. Exactly. But it's all within you, though. It's within. It's not like some devil came in a woman form to come get your man, and he was too weak that he put his weenie in her.
He also had that devil inside of him.
The devil is within all of us. Like we all have to fight that every single day, and to fight our lower desires. We have to fight the flesh to go to a higher calling. Yeah. It's not some devil that you think like, oh, we have to go to war, put on the breastplates and the helmet stuff. Like it's within yourself.
Stop doing that with your hair. It's just hilarious.
I mean, like,
but yeah, and
crazy. Y'all gotta. I'm not gonna say nothing because I ain't Christian. But anyway, this ain't even my church.
That's what I would say. Yeah, this ain't even my church. I mean, but I think in all religions, that's what kind of connects it all. Like we all have to fight against the flesh.
Yes.
We are all called to fight against our flesh, to be able to tell ourselves, peace, be still. Yeah. Get behind me, Satan. As Jesus told Satan to get behind him. We have to tell that devil within ourselves to get behind us. Yes. We have to tell our flesh to peace, be still.
Yes.
But Derrick, he was not doing that. He was like,
I mean, he knew he was living foul too, because he was there hiding his whole face. Yes. Like someone was trying to take pictures of him.
I don't think he wanted to get caught at that time.
No.
He wasn't ready completely to get caught.
No. He probably had to call his wife that day to let her know that he was divorcing her.
But he knew that if his wife had caught him, she had said she was going to do a divorce. And so he wanted to get there first. Yeah. That's how I feel. Because he's the one who's calling the divorce. You just gave this man more ammunition. That's why I can't give second chances. I learned that. And that's why I'm giving that advice to women. Do not give second chances. Do not give second chances. Do not give second chances. Because when they come that second time, they come to break you. Yeah, they don't come for a second chance. You might be thinking, oh, I'm giving him another chance. And if you don't get it together, blah, blah, blah. You may call your threats. But guess what?
He's like, man, I'm leaving you in 6 months anyway.
He's looking at it as, okay, good. Now I can get all my stuff together. All my ducks in a row. Because when I leave you this time, I'm going to make sure I obliterate your ass.
Yeah, but
that's how they come. Mm-hmm. So, you gave him a second chance. They're praying for him. You cursed everybody who was there trying to give you advice. Yeah. And those people trying to give you advice, it's like they are like speaking on your behalf. Like this guy is playing a game with you.
Yeah.
And that's what he was doing, and he didn't care.
Nope.
And now, of course, he's not going to say any bad thing about you in this post, because he's hoping that if you go to the attorney, he's hoping that part you will sign the divorce how it is.
Yeah.
Okay, he will give you a certain stipend for the kids. He's hoping that maybe you don't take him for alimony. Yeah. But if I was you, sis, I will go and get everything. I doubt if she will, though. Yeah. Because a lot of times when we're spiritual and we pray, we start acting all extra forgiving to people who don't deserve that forgiveness. We need to not be as forgiving. Let God forgive them when that time is right.
But I mean, even
you go and get yours because you're the one who worked with him. Make sure you get half. Yeah. But I doubt if she will. I wish she will, but I don't think. She reminds me of myself, my past self, because this new self will not do that. Yeah. I will go for everything that I need to get.
Hello.
But you guys get in the
comment
comments.
section. Let's know what y'all think.
I am not shocked that this has happened. I'm not shocked, and I don't think.
But you kept saying
a lot of people were shocked
all last night to myself.
But you know why? Because it was painful. It's still painful to me.
Yeah, I know.
Because she took him back, and I knew that he was just gonna come just for a time to get his shit together. And when that lady came out a few months ago and said, "Oh, you see that video he just did? He had just left my house." And she was very, very crass.
And I think he had a mistress for years.
He had done this to me and whatever, and he had just left my apartment building. That's my apartment building at the back. You see those arches? That's my apartment. And I was just like, this bandit up to his same tricks. He's up to his same tricks. Has not even left to that woman. That was the mistress at the time.
Yeah.
So
I think he
don't know
been
who
having
this
an affair
woman
with the
is.
mistress for years, though.
He had.
Yeah.
He had. So I don't know who this new person is.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's also still seeing that mistress, and then this is the new person. So we will see what happens. Because if this is a new person, that mistress might start going back and forth with this one.
Yes.
To say that she's still in the game. So we're
listen.
This
we will be
story is
here.
not the end.
No, we will be back.
We will be talking more about more of those updates. But I do want to just send a message out to Danae. I'm really sorry about it.
Yeah.
But you need to get to a space, honey, that you really just be still and hear what God is really trying to say to you. Because you've not been listening for a while. You're all up there with your sisters in faith and all that stuff. But you are not listening. You're not listening. Remember that God is not the author of chaos.
Of confusion either.
And he's not the author of confusion.
Nope.
And when you stay in confusion and chaos, it's time to go. So, Lord, you all get in the comments. Let us know.
Yes, y'all. But it's Mary
and Alma.
Give us a like,
Subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below.